Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. As you can see, I've got my Lego Seinfeld apartment set. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to display it. Alright, so hopefully you saw my video where I built this awesome Lego set. This thing is legitimately cool. The minifigs, the apartment, everything, it just looks good. And one of the things that just sort of sparked my interest when I first saw this set, number one, I love Seinfeld. Number two was these lighting pods that's up on these grids. And the first thing that came to my mind was exactly how I wanted to display it. And let me slide this over. The choice I made was BrickCase right here. Yeah, so I contacted BrickCase and I sent them a picture of the set and the measurements, and yeah, they hooked me up. So it's finally here. We're going to put this thing together. We're going to get the Lego set inside. And yeah, it's going to be cool. So let me go ahead and get it unboxed, and we'll come back and we'll start putting this together, and then we'll get it displayed and we'll have some fun doing it. Alright, got everything unboxed from BrickCase, and number one, this is an amazing company, amazing product. If you want to display anything, especially if you want lighting, I would definitely recommend BrickCase. Just saying. I've got several of their cases. I've got the Bad Batch back here behind me. I've got two upstairs. I've got my 6 scale figures. So yeah, I'm a big fan of BrickCase. But anyway, so the pieces that come with this, you've got your base right here with the all metal lighting pods. You got your acrylics, you got your front and back, you got your two sides, and you also have a top piece. You also get this bag with some accessories. You get your power supply right there, USB-C, get a power block and the cable. And you also get a pair of white gloves. I've had mixed success with the white gloves because I got big hands. You also get some clear tape to help you hold everything together, the actual screws to hold the top in place, and you get your instructions. So yeah, you get lots of cool stuff. Yeah, alright, so first things first, we'll go ahead and get these up. Get your protective sleeves pulled off. And this is the reason why I actually chose, I love this. I love this part of it. The reason why I actually chose BrickCase, a couple of reasons. Number one, I really like the product. I think it's great. But also because of these little spotlights to go along with the stage, I thought would add something to it to be able to actually put some really good lighting in place. So get these spun around. The assembly process is not tremendously hard. These lights actually rotate. They go up and down. You can actually lean them in, lean them back. So this is typically the first thing that I recommend doing is, you know, just get a sort of a feel for where the lights are going to look. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with the rubber gloves instead of the white gloves. And the purpose for this is pretty self-explanatory. Fingerprints, you know. Why get fingerprints on everything? I will say this, the white gloves, if you don't use them, if you go with the rubber glove, I usually take one of these and keep it handy just to wipe everything down. Give it a nice little, you know, nice little shine. I also want to go ahead and locate the front and the back So you got your on and off switch right here, and typically there's the USB-C plug, so that's going to be the back. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in place. I'm going to orientate it, give her another cleaning. The next thing that I typically do before I start this, also take all of these panels which have this protective film on them. I would recommend going ahead and pre-peeling the corners just a little bit so you can grab them. Once you get gloves and stuff on, it actually makes it a little bit more difficult. So I have pre-peeled the corners. I go ahead and take off the bolts or the finish screws off the top. Get them out of the way. And again, this is also one of the easier things you'll ever put together because it's already wired up. It's pretty much, you'll see. I mean, we're not going to do time lapse. We're gonna put this whole thing together. I want you to see just exactly how simple it is. I've done a couple of these videos. I will continue to do them. Adult assembly required. This is some information on how to care for it. Definitely recommend you use this, read it, and keep up with it. Once you get a few of them, you understand everything that goes along with it. You can also power these with battery packs, just so you know. The second bit of paperwork is actually the assembly instructions, which are that easy. they're really, it's pretty simplistic. Step one, basically peel the protective film off. Step two, put the post up. Step three, contents. So once again, going to wipe this down. And this is where you just sort of look at what you're going to display and the orientations of it and things like that. So we're going to bring the actual Lego in. Ooh, that's a nice little squeaky sound. And I haven't fully decided yet. I'm probably, yeah, I'm going to display the minifigs actually in the case. I was thinking about putting them in the front, and there's also this stage right here. I don't think I'm going to put it in there. I don't know. I may, but if I do, I may just put it back here in the back. I don't know yet. I understand the stage, but I'm just not a big fan of it. All right, so now the minifigs themselves. We got Elaine. Where did I get Ellen at? We got Newman, which I'm actually going to. I'm thinking about actually leaving Newman on a base plate because the way I want him orientated, I don't think it actually. I never could get him to stand up the way I wanted him to. So for now, I'm going to leave him on the base plate. Kramer, I want him in a certain spot. There's actually a peg in the floor that I can actually peg him in, so that works. Newman doesn't have one. I mean, there is one, but he's out in the hall, and I don't know if I want to put him out in the hall. I may. No, because you can't see him. I don't want that. I want you to be able to see Newman. George, we're gonna put George on the couch or the chair. Yeah, we're gonna put George on the chair. He's got his cup of coffee right there. He can be chilling and relaxing. I actually had most of these already in position. I just I took them out because I was curious on if I was going to. I originally wanted to put them all in the front, like standing there, but that didn't work out. And we're going to do Elaine. We're going to put her on the couch as well. Get her in there. The couch is a little interesting on these the way it slopes, it can be a little bit of a challenge. So don't just take your time. And then Jerry, I think we're going to put him on the couch as well. Get him positioned. There we go. Now I want to check these lights, make sure the barn doors are all opened up on the lights and they're up. Okay. You know, I'm thinking maybe put Kramer more up to the front. I don't know. You know what? I know what I'm going to do. There was a spot that I was going to use for Jerry to be standing there, but I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. You can change it later. You can change it later. So that's the beauty of this. There's no rhyme or reason on how you actually display this. It's entirely up to you. Alright, so now we've got it in the display. I want to look and make sure that everything is centered properly. Now the first front piece, or the first piece of acrylic. And this is a very heavy duty acrylic. I'm not sure what the actual thickness is, but it has a very heavy gauged plastic on top of it to protect it. So yeah, it's good high quality stuff. Now this way, and it's all keyed really good. The two big slots are for the bottom, like so. Yeah. Just taking a little bit of a feel for it. Alright, we'll get the sides. And yeah, I know that I could have, you know, time-lapsed this and everything, but I really wanted everybody to see how simplistic it is to put these together. You know, because if you're ever on the fence for, you know, a collectible or anything like that you want to, you know, protect and have it look good, this is something that, in all honesty, my wife actually likes these, and she made a comment once that, you know, these were actually nice enough for you to put in living areas. In other words, you don't have to keep it in just your man cave. Inside the bag, we got a tool. This tool actually helps you to get the lamppost to move them. So that's a very good tool. This tape, let me show you this real quick. This is actually designed, if you notice how these sidewalls are going out, you basically take a piece of this, and it's like a window cling. And you can basically pull these together, and right here at the top, you just basically, voila. And I know, I mean, I probably should have this turned around showing you, but I mean, it's not hard. In other words, you basically are just pulling these together, and that actually just holds everything up. Alright, so now we'll spin it around. So now you get to see sort of how everything's flowing. We'll get the back piece. This is this is pretty much how I am going to display as much of my Lego sets as I can, because I personally feel like they deserve something like this. Voila. There we go. We got the sides on. I'm going to grab another piece of this cling right here. We'll come over to here. Make sure everything's butted up. Put that there. And you get 2 sheets of the cling. But in all honesty, I've never had to use the second sheet. The top corners is where you want to do this at. All right, voila. All right, so tell you what, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna clean some of this up. I'm gonna get some power run because I want to see the lights and everything on before I put the top on. So give me a second and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Got the power hooked up, and just so you know, the actual power cable is about 6 feet long. Plenty of cabling. We got it plugged in, and here we go. First time. Boom. Look at this. Yeah, now we're cooking. We're cooking with some Crisco now. Oh, this is sweet. All right. Power test works. It looks good and centered. I'm happy with it. This is where you want to go through and check everything one more time for placement, because now we're going to be putting the lid on, or the top. So let's get this thing peeled. And I do highly recommend that I've got like a box right there that I'm throwing all this paper in. This is where the rubber gloves can be not beneficial. Okay. Give that a nice little clean. Alright, here we go. Alright, so you have these holes here, and the holes actually line up on the top of these light stands, as well as the keys. So typically what I do is I'll just pick a corner, I'll put the tool in there and get the screw just started. Same over here, just take it and just sort of push it forward, get it to drop into the hole to where you can actually put the bolt in. And I'll show you why. This is just a little trick that I've learned after doing a few of these. Okay, bring that over. Because the tool is great. The tool is awesome. But let me show you something real quick. Alright, so once you get the screws in, now you can actually move these posts a whole lot easier. So now we're going to try to get everything to key in. So this corner and this corner is keyed in. We'll go ahead and just sort of snug it down a little bit. That one's in. And make sure the keys line up. This is where it can be a little finicky. Not tremendous amount. Let me find out where I need to go. Right there. Voila. These are all in. That one's all in. Now you can just tighten them all up. And voila. There we go. Completed. Give her a nice little wipe. So, yeah. I think this one, I think I've actually got this one flipped around. I do. Because this should be flush. This one's higher. It's happened before. This is actually the bottom, and the top is actually flush. So I need to flip this one around, and what I'll do is get that fixed. I'll come back and we'll talk more about this, and yeah, be right back. Alright everybody, so I got it fixed. Now we're flush. At this point you can also, you don't have to remove the little cling pieces. It's entirely up to you. But I will tell you this, I'm going to remove mine, but I will tell you this, if you're going to buy a case and you're going to use it for multiple things, you know, like say you're going to swap things out and just, you know, reuse the same case, I would recommend leaving the tape on, because that way when you take the top off, all the sides will stay together. So that's what I would recommend. Me personally, this will always be here. I'm not planning on swapping it out, so I'm going to get rid of the tape. You can't really see it, but yeah, there you go. Again, I can't speak any more highly of BrickCase. The price point on them, they're not, you know, they're not cheap, but they're all quality made. The lighting is actually newer now. It actually has a really good daylight LEDs in them. The acrylic is top notch. The bases, I mean, they have a great support. If you're not, in other words, if you go to BrickCase and you can't figure out what kit you need or what display you need, send a picture. Send some measurements, email them, and they'll get right back to you and they'll let you know exactly what you need. For this particular set, I sent them a picture of the box. On the back of the Lego box, there was the measurements, and I said, I need a case to fit this. That's all I did. Boom, here you go. And it's a perfect fit. It's got just enough clearance. But yeah, there we go, guys. That's it. My Lego Seinfeld apartment is now in its display. Again, big shout out to BrickCase for making such an amazing product. I will definitely put links to everything in the description of the video, so definitely check them out. If this is your first time to my channel, if you enjoy this content, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you do subscribe, make sure you turn notifications on. That way you'll know when I drop videos. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. You know, I think it looks cool. I really do. I'm going to get some kits or some displays for the new Dodge Charger that I'm going to put together. If and when I get the space shuttle set, that one I'm going to try to get a case for it as well. They make so many different sizes. I mean, I've got a Stan Lee statue that I'm really thinking about putting it in a case because I think it deserves one. But there's more of these cases coming in my future because I love these cases. I really do. And again, if you're trying to dress up your man cave or your she cave or your living space, as you can see, it's like a piece of art. It makes it a really cool display. So yeah, that's it. Make sure and leave me a comment. And as always, please remember, toys and toy displays refreshes your soul, and I'll see you next time.